My name is Daniel. I'm 38 years old. This is the story of a love that felt warm at first, but later taught me how to let go. I did not know it then, but I would leave the hospital lighter and sad at the same time. I would survive, but something inside me would change forever. I was already sick when the story began. Not very sick, not dying, but sick enough to stay. Sick enough to feel small. Sick enough to notice every sound and every face. The hospital room was white and quiet. The light was soft. The smell was clean and sharp. I lay on the bed and watched the ceiling. I did not understand it then. That place would become my world. Every morning, a nurse came in to check my blood pressure. Her name was Anna. She was about my age, maybe a little younger. She had calm eyes. She spoke softly. When she said my name, it felt kind. It felt personal. That was not the hardest part. The hardest part came later. At first, she was just a nurse. She wore the same clothes as the others. She did the same work. She checked my arm. She wrote notes. She asked how I felt. But she did something small that stayed with me. She listened. When I spoke, she did not rush. When I was quiet, she waited. In a place full of pain and noise, her silence felt safe. I spent many hours alone. I watched nurses walk by. I heard carts roll. I heard other patients cough or cry. Sometimes I closed my eyes. Sometimes I did not sleep. My body was weak. My mind was tired. When the body slows down, the heart speaks louder. I would only realize this later. Anna came every day, sometimes twice. She brought my medicine. She helped me sit up. She adjusted my pillow. Her hands were warm, not in a romantic way, just human, just present. In the hospital, touch means something different. It can feel like care. It can feel like hope. I did not understand the line between them. One afternoon, it was raining outside. I could hear it on the window. Anna came in and said it would rain all day. She smiled a little. I said I liked rain. She said she did too. That was all. But after she left, I kept thinking about that small talk. Why did it stay with me? I did not know then. Days passed. My sickness stayed. Some days were better, some were worse. On the bad days, my chest felt heavy. My head felt slow. I felt scared, but I did not say it. Anna noticed. She always noticed. She asked, "Are you okay today?" I said yes. She looked at me and waited. Then I said, "I feel tired." She nodded. She understood without more words. I began to wait for her steps in the hall. I began to notice the time. When she was late, I felt nervous. When she came, I felt calm. That should have warned me, but loneliness makes strange things feel normal. I had no visitors. My family lived far away. Friends were busy. Some sent messages, some forgot. The days were long, the nights were longer. When Anna talked to me, even about small things, it filled the empty space. I did not understand it then. I thought it was love. One evening, she stayed a little longer. Her shift was ending. She asked about my work. I told her I used to teach. I said used to because I was not sure anymore. She said I must be patient. She said healing takes time. Her voice was gentle. I felt seen. I felt chosen. That feeling can be dangerous. I began to imagine things. I imagined her thinking about me after work. I imagined her missing me on her days off. I imagined a life outside the hospital. I knew it was silly. I knew it was wrong. But imagination grows in silence, and the hospital was full of silence. One night, I woke up with pain. The room was dark. My heart was fast. I pressed the button. Anna came. It was late. She helped me breathe slowly. She stayed until the pain passed. She did not rush. She did not look tired. She just stayed. In that moment, I felt something break open inside me. After that night, my feelings became stronger. I tried to hide them. I tried to be normal. But my voice changed. My eyes followed her. She noticed something. I could see it. She became more careful, more professional. She still smiled, but less. I did not understand why. That was not the hardest part. One day, she brought my chart and spoke in a clear, firm voice. She explained my treatment. She did not sit. She stood near the door. I felt the distance. It hurt more than the sickness. Then I realized something was wrong, but I did not know what. I began to feel ashamed. I told myself to stop. I told myself she was just doing her job. I told myself this love was wrong. But feelings do not listen to logic. They listen to need. And I needed something I could not have. The turning moment came quietly. No drama, no loud words. Anna came with another nurse. She introduced her as the new lead nurse for my case. Anna said she would still be around, but less. Her voice was kind, but firm. I nodded. I smiled. Inside, something fell. After they left, I lay in bed and stared at the wall. I finally understood. I did not love Anna. I loved how she made me feel when I was weak. I loved the care. I loved the attention. I loved not being alone. It was not romance. It was gratitude mixed with fear. That truth hurt, but it also brought relief. I cried quietly, not for her, for myself, for how easy it was to confuse care with love, for how sick I had been inside, not just in my body. The days after that were different. Anna still came sometimes. She was polite, warm, but distant. I respected that. I respected her. I respected myself, too. That was new. My health slowly improved. I could walk more. I could breathe easier. The room felt less like a cage. The window felt bigger. I was healing in more ways than one. On my last day, Anna came to say goodbye. She wished me well. She said she was glad I was better. I thanked her, truly thanked her, not with longing, not with hope, just with honesty. She smiled. It was a simple smile. It was enough. When I left the hospital, the air outside felt fresh. The sun was warm. I walked slowly. I carried no promises, no dreams about her, just understanding. Love should not grow from weakness alone. It should meet you when you can stand. I learned that quietly. I learned it in a white room with rain on the window. Now, when I think of Anna, I feel calm. No pain, no desire, just gratitude, like a light that helped me see the way out. I walk on, I breathe, I live, and the hospital stays behind me, like a soft echo that fades as I move forward.